my generation, you would never talk about that. It's like, oh my God, like it's just not something you talk about. Can I just flip the conversation just a little bit?
Yeah.
Where does the prevalence of porn sit today, particularly with young people?
Yes.
Because where was I listening to something the other day talking about how people between 20 and 30 are consuming more porn than everybody over 30. Everybody over 30 is consumed in their whole lives. So that between 20 and 30, they're just, and of course, this all as a result of smart devices, and smart devices, not only that, they know when you like porn and they just keep feeding you stuff for left, right and center. In fact, I had a guy on my podcast who set up Pornhub, and they own most of the sites.
Okay.
So pretty much all the sites that everyone thinks are going to different ones are all owned by the same group, as it turns out. But they know that different characteristics of different people algorithmically go into these various places, and then they will just keep feeding you. But what have porn sites done to sexual health?
It's very complex. I think this is a layered topic. Porn in general, I'm not anti-porn, let's be clear. I think porn can be there for entertainment. It's not meant to be for education, though. I think the fact of the matter is we didn't get good sex education growing up. Still, it's getting there, but it's still a struggle to get good sex education. I certainly got none, and I learned a lot about sex from porn. But I always knew that it was not real life. I think someone had told me, maybe my parents had said, you know what, it is for entertainment. It's not a real life scenario. And if you think about sex with someone else, it's going to be messy. It's going to be sticky. It's not always going to be about the penis owner and their pleasure. In fact, in most pornography, you don't see condom use. You don't see vulva owners, their pleasure, the clitoris. You see just a lot of kind of very sexualized behaviors that are aimed towards the penis owner gaining pleasure. And look, that's fine for some people. I wouldn't say that it is healthy for, learning about sexuality and learning about real life experiences, nor is it healthy in regards to discussing consent and pleasuring like a woman, or knowing what a real orgasm is as opposed to a fake orgasm, because I think a lot of people are expecting orgasms from pornography to be these wild, very vocal kind of experiences. There's cum everywhere. It's very kind of sticky and sexualized. Porn is there for entertainment, not for education. There are a lot of kind of ethical sites coming up where you are seeing ongoing consent. You're seeing condom use. You're seeing lubricant being used.
Ethical porn sites?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's being produced by these are sites that are kind of being made by majority kind of female-owned pornography. So you're seeing more pleasure aimed towards the vulva owner, and you are seeing like condom usage or lubricant, or saying, is this okay? Do you like this? Move to the left, that kind of thing. Also, these things can be really sexy if you make them sexy. They don't have to be awkward. But at the end of the day, porn does, watching a sexualized experience on your screen, it does release dopamine. It releases something that makes you feel really good. The more you have those experiences, the more you want them. And you start to get more satisfaction from the screen than you do in real life scenarios, especially if you're a bit of a, maybe you're a little bit different, or you're not so social, or you don't have a good group of people around you, or you find it hard to find someone to date, and you're finding solace or entertainment through pornography. It doesn't make then real life experiences seem that exciting, especially if you've seen it so kind of sexualized on the screen.
Can it act? You said something interesting before about sex education. Can it act as a wrong educator? I mean, apart from the obvious questions like obvious education issues, like it's right now most of the major porn sites are more about the penis owner, as opposed to
the vulva owner. You're doing so well with the lingo, by the way.
Yeah, I know I'm going to think about it each time, but
you got to remember this is my job, so I'm like, it flows off my tongue. I know it doesn't do that for everyone,
but I'm getting there.
You're so good at it.
It can be a wrong instruction, and I'll tell you what I mean by that. a girl's got to have certain size boobs because that's what the porn stars all look like. She's got to have a certain type of shape. She's got to be prepared to do all these different things to the penis owner. And then the penis owner comes out with a penis that's like, 12 inches long and is able to maintain his position for like however long it goes, for an hour or 2 hours or something. It was sort of pretty much all exceptions, I would imagine, to the rule.
What? That's not your real life sex life?
Definitely not. But I'm saying, like, so then that can lead to disappointment or inadequacies and on both sides of the boy or the girl, easily. And then that can create high levels of expectations and then maybe levels of failure, etc.
Yeah.
And that sort of has a bit of a process, and then they end up having to come and see you.
Yeah.
It's shame from both sides, by the way, from both parties.
Yeah.
Because like it looks like it's become so prevalent to me, because every young guy I know, they all know all the porn. So I mean, I talk to them, they all talk to me. I hear them talking. I got 4 sons of my own. I'm not shelving them, but basically I got 4 sons, but I sort of generally know what's going on. And they also sort of create expectations about what they're expecting from whoever they're with, and they also create expectations about how they should perform, relatively speaking. Yes. So should there be some sort of, not a ban, but should be some sort of better management of porn sites in that regard? I
mean, it would be great, wouldn't it? But I don't think that's going to happen.
No, it's not going to happen because it sounds very interventionist too at the same time, because I don't like intervention, relatively speaking, in normal. I like things to be a bit more free market, but at the same time, it could be creating, maybe if it is banned, it'll take away your industry for that matter, because to some extent, a lot of these people will be coming to see you.
No, I don't think it'll ever take away my industry, because a lot of the stuff I see has nothing to do with porn. So, I mean, I see people who are a lot of us are on medications for anxiety, for depression, that can impact on your sex life.
Yeah.
Back to your topic though, I think when it comes to regulation, actually, I just think that there should be more pornography that is released that is realistic.
Yeah.
With different bodies, different sizes, different ages, different functions, not being lubricated all the time, not having a 12-inch cock, let's just add some like real bodies and real people into the mix, and that might help a little bit more. And let's cut down on such kind of hyperbolic, over-sexualized content for for even education purposes. A lot of websites like Pornhub, for example, and we talk about this a lot in the sexology community, there's been a lot of debate. Should we be using porn as a way to educate people? Should we be adding in sex education pornography? We haven't got there just yet, because the same thing, how do you regulate that? The reason why OnlyFans has become so big is it's because people are putting their own bodies on there. People who have a diverse range of bodies, of sizes, of shapes, of colors, of functions, can create their own content for people to consume. So it's not just like the porn websites. We can have real life people putting out content online and they're making millions of dollars. And I think that's great. Good for them. Sex is still one of the oldest industries that we have. So let's use it to our advantage, and let's actually just curate some real life scenarios there.